welcome to Friday Nights with Emma. We'll let everybody join, give you a minute to join. Sorry, I've just been eating mini cheddars. It's in my teeth. Have a Sauvignon Blanc tonight. Got my bits. Show you what I'm going to do. Some FPP going.
Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
Lorna.
Hi, Lorna.
Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Joan.
Hi, Joan. Oh, looks like I'm going to need some bobbin.
Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Diamond. Great show on
Hi, Shelley.
Sewing Street today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. There, that's another one done.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. How are you doing?
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Christine from
Hi.
Glasgow.
Hi, Christine. Hope you're staying warm up there. Hopefully you've had better weather than us. It's been cold and damp and wet. Horrible.
Joanne and Mum Maureen.
Oh, hi, Joe. Hi, Mum Maureen.
Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Annette.
Hi, Annette.
Your Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Mandy. Mandy.
Mandy. Hi, Mandy. Okay. It's gonna. Ooh. I've got a mess. I'm in a creative. So I've got a mess going on.
Joanne says, thank you for the happy post. So lovely and so appreciated.
Oh, you're welcome.
Claudia.
Thank you. Hi, Claudia.
Great show today, and I got my pattern on the way.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Yay. Thanks for that.
Lorraine says, we all need a drink after this horrible week.
Yes. Yes.
Sandy says she enjoyed the show this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Margaret from Orkney.
Hi, Margaret. Oh, from Orkney.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
And Christine says Glasgow is sunny today.
Oh.
Cheryl.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad somebody got some sun today. I'm sure it was well deserved. Cheryl?
Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. So let me just pin this and I'll tell you what I'm doing. So. Given what's been going on in the East.
What, the National League East? The American League East?
Although
we're in the Central, it doesn't matter. Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Julie from Ilkley.
Hi, Julie. I saw an idea. It's not my idea, but I saw an idea.
Diana says she got 2 lines of washing dry today.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. We could have done it yesterday, but I was too late. I was too late putting the washing machine on before I left the house and didn't actually get the sheets on the line.
We put them in the tub dryer.
I know, but my plan was to put them in the washing machine to put them on the line so they could dry, so I don't have to pay for it.
Aye.
You know?
Aye.
What am I saying? Oh, yes. So I saw a post, not my idea. I can't take credit for it. But I did see a post on Instagram, I think, suggesting that one way that we can help, if you want to, is to buy a PDF pattern.
Terry said rained all day here.
Oh, yeah, it rained all day here, pretty much. A PDF pattern from any Ukrainian designer. Because, one, it's automatic. They don't, once that they've uploaded all their things on Etsy, they don't actually have to do anything about that sale. So it all goes through automatically. They don't have to post anything. You get your pattern immediately, and it's one way that we. Oh, I didn't do that right. One way that you can well, for me, I like the idea of supporting another woman quilter or anything crafter. So somebody in my community, so to speak. So that's what I did. It's easy if you go on Etsy. You don't have to do it. Like I'm saying, this is whatever way. If you don't want to do anything, that's fine. If you do want to do something, but do something through British Red Cross or UNICEF or something organised or whatever, that's fine. If you do think that it's something you want to do, it's very easy to just go on Etsy and search for PDF patterns, and then there's an option to filter, and you can put your the location you want to find the patterns in, and you can put Ukraine, and it will all come up. So that's how I found this quilt designer, who I hadn't known before, which isn't surprising because, as you know, I am not the FPP queen. Victoria Peat is the FPP queen. But this lady, Sasha's Quilts, does FPP patterns, and they are gorgeous. She's got a lot of, and I have bought these, and I will do them, just I may not demonstrate them. But she has some really gorgeous...
Those scarabs?
Yeah, there's scarabs, there's beetles, there's butterflies, there's a spider. I've printed them all out, and you can see this is the same pattern but just in different colours wherever you want. And it has somewhere, I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, a blank. So if you want to draw in and colour them in so that you know what to follow, what colour you want it's got that. So they're very, very good patterns.
Claudia said I read something about that as well, and I will do that. Jackie says good evening. Oh,
good evening. Yeah, again, it's a completely personal preference how you want to do it. This is just how I thought I would like to do something that I can actually do. So that's all of hers, but she has put out this one, which is what I'll demonstrate tonight, because it's nice. It's also very nice and simple if you've never done FPP. It's a lot of squares, which is a lot easier. I'm not even pinning my pieces. It's that I'm finding it that easy. And then a couple of triangles here and there. And this is a version of the Ukrainian flag. There she is, Sasha's Quilts. Which if you buy this pattern, the money raised from this pattern, she's going directly into buying supplies for refugees in Ukraine, because she's on the western part of Ukraine. So she sort of messaged me. Nothing had sort of affected her yet, but she was seeing refugees come her way. So if you want to, that's Sasha. And then the other one I found, because I do like amigurumi occasionally, I really found this really gorgeous otter. So at some point, maybe in the next, let's see, how old am I? Next 30 years, hopefully I'll get to make them. But I've got the pattern. So that's that. That's enough of that.
John says, great idea. We'll have a look.
So on the flag pattern, version of the pattern, there's two sizes. There's 8x6, and then there's a bigger size, which is what I'm doing right now.
Polly says, love the download and will definitely be contributing.
Bless you. So I'm going to... they come in strips, so they're done in strips.
That was Link's tail.
Yeah.
Careful of the iron.
Oh, where did I put them? Here we go. So I've printed them out and I've cut them into... You cut them into strips, and you do one strip at a time, and then you sew the strips together. So I've done 3, and I've got 3 left to do to finish it. And I'm literally, as you can look at this pile of mess. Michael, do you want to have it? This is my parts of my scraps that I'm using, my creative mess to do it. So I'm going to pin this quite a bit. And hopefully it will all match up. And I should be able to show you what I've done so far. Mikey's got a link on his shoulder. Yeah, so you and your papa. I'm just going to show you. So I've pinned this exactly through the corner on the other side, but you can see it isn't actually where it ought to be. So I'm going to fuss with that.
Christine says her dining table looks like that all the time. So does ours, to be
yeah,
fair.
to be fair.
I hear people have dinners on dining room tables, but I've read that in the book.
It's a myth.
It is a myth.
It's a myth. It's an old wives' tale.
Is it?
Yeah. You need to get Kaylee visiting it. When Kaylee visits, I do try to clear the dining room table. Yes. Isn't that right, Link? Oops.
Diamond says, mess pins FPP. She asked me, what have you done with the reel, Emma?
Yes, I know. FPP. This is like the second week in a row or something, isn't it?
Liz says it's definitely a myth. Christine says a tidy house is a house with a broken sewing machine.
Yes. Okay. Pinned.
And Joanne says it's not a mess, it's a creative process.
Indeed. There we go. It's actually nice to be able to use all these scraps. There we go. Okay. It looks dangerous. I'm just pinning them straight up because I don't want the anything to shift. There we go. Hopefully that'll stay.
Claudia says hers is worse, but I do have enough room to put a plate down and a drink if I want to eat on the table. And Linda says I have a creative process all over the house. And Terry says not a mess, creative inspiration.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Oh, come on. Behave. This is the only drawback of pinning this way. There we go. I'll tell you what I ended up doing for the heart, which is on the other side now, to accurately make sure it was done, so lining up. I actually hand sewed or hand tacked the quarters together, just where they needed to meet up, rather than pinning, so that I knew it wasn't going to shift. And it worked a treat, I'll tell you.
Marion says when our house is tidy, everyone asks what I should be doing. When I was at uni, the only time the ironing was done was if an essay was due in. Carol says the ladies' patterns are lovely. I had a look the other day when you mentioned it. Unusual doing beetles.
Yeah, which is the other thing. You don't often, and I loved. I mean, I don't know how accurate, whether they're entomologically, whether they're accurate biologically, whether there are actually beetles like that, or whether they're a bit of fantasy. But
those are scarabs. No.
Yeah, but I know that. But is there actually a scarab that has those patterns on it?
Oh.
See what I mean? I think either way, I think it's a lovely way of using up small bits, because I actually have a thought. I've got some really gorgeous metallic fabrics in the shop, which I think I'm going to use for some of those beetles, because you don't dabble, do you?
Do you know a scarab is the sign of the thousand suns?
No.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah! I lost a chicken, bobbin chicken. What's 1,000 Suns?
No, it's too long to explain.
Okay, good.
A tale of hubris and tragedy.
Oh, okay. Is it a Warhammer thing?
Yes, it is a Warhammer thing.
Oh, okay.
Claudia says, dreadful if I had to move everything on the table into boxes when family come over. I end up searching for everything for ages afterwards.
At least you know where it is.
Hmm.
Well, that would have been quite accurate, unfortunately. Okay. Let's see if we can do that again. Or if I can do that again.
Your Sarah says they remind her of the film The Mummy, which is true.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do a little back stitch right there. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Claudia says lots of people are watching tonight, which is great.
Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. I'm going to trim this, but I don't really want to... I did have a pair of kitchen scissors that I was using to trim it all so that I could get through the paper.
Annette says, yes, exactly. I've lost a jelly roll when I had to pick up my sewing from the table.
That's quite a loss as well. I'm only ripping these out now so I don't have to cut through the paper.
Your Sarah said, shared this out for you as well.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Diamond says, Emma, you have a fabulous sewing room. Why do you use the kitchen table?
And she laughed and laughed and laughed.
The house.
I do have a fabulous
The house is the sewing
room. Yes,
sewing room.
It is, to be fair.
I have a corner.
Okay, so that's half. That's half done. That's 3 rows, so I've got 3 more to do. You can see the top of the heart. Yeah.
Marie says, I remember working with both Thrower doing publicity photo of Warhammer battles for Games Workshop.
Oh.
Claudia says, expensive, but it will turn up as a surprise. And Joanne says the kitchen table is part of the sewing room. And Dawn says the sewing center.
Yes, I like that
And
idea.
Claudia says, nice.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the next
And
one.
Karen says she's glad that I know my place. Dawn says, oh, it looks fab. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the bottom part. Sorry, I was getting a bit worried and confused because I'm like, ooh, what? Wait, what? Okay. Next one is, now this is where it switches from yellow on the outside and blue on the inside.
Elaine says, lovely vibrant blues and yellows.
Yeah. I have to admit, I have a confession to make. Until maybe, what day is it today?
The 4th.
5 days ago, I didn't actually know what the Ukrainian flag looked like.
Annette says, that is looking great, and I love the blue and yellow. Oops, careful, careful, careful.
Yeah. Let's see, what do I want next? I think I'll have a pattern. I think this one. I think I want this one. I'm going to start with this square. I'm going to be quite generous. So it's my next one. They're all numbered, so it's really simple. That needs to face out like that. And I've got way more there than I need. Let's see what colour is there.
Elaine says how many rows in total?
It's 6. It's just 6 rows, and there is a smaller version as well. So, I mean, these aren't that big, to be honest with you, but I thought they'd be nice size. It just say.
I like how the heart
10 by
reverses the colors.
Yeah, it's the Ukrainian flag.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's opposite. So
Claudia says you're not alone. Sad how we have to learn though.
It is very sad. So I'm going to fold that on the line. So I've got a nice crease here to see where that seam line will go, and make sure that I've got a 1/4 inch over. And look, I'm not even pinning. Normally I would pin and I'd be frantic about making sure that it's going to cover everything. But because these are squares...
Sarah says, did you see the family in England paint their house blue and yellow outside?
Yes, I did see that. I did see that. Oh, I'm going to run out of bobbin again.
And Joanne says she'll be cheering on the Ukraine in the Paralympics.
Oh, yeah. We got now. Move these out of the way. Do a John. There we go. Right, next colour. Next colour. Where's my... It's a yellow, and it's going to just a triangle, so let's do this one.
Claudia says, will this go in your car, window, or question mark?
That's a good idea. It may do. It's a good idea, actually.
I would think it'd be like a window.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting it in the window. Like we did with the, we could start that, put them in the window like we did with the rainbows, with the NHS.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine asks, is that the top row of the bottom half?
Yes. This is where it switches to yellow on the outside and blue in the heart. Oops. And the next is going to be a triangle, but this is still a square. I've still done a square, even though it's going to end up as a triangle. Give that a good press.
I apologize for the creaky chair.
You're the only one who's got a creaky chair anymore. I changed mine.
I like the creaky chair.
I know you like the creaky chair, that's where I left it. So I'm going to fold that over on that diagonal. So that gives me an idea. See, they've got a crease. That's where my seam is going to be. And that is going to go, oh, it's actually like that. Oh, I don't think that is the... I think I've got one in between. I missed. Oh yeah, see, I've got that one in between. Needs to go there. That is how it goes. So let's see.
Oh dear.
Put blue. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because there isn't going to be a blue on the top yet. So. Oh, that's enough. That's a piece of a triangle I've already done on that side, so that'll be alright. So it's going to be over there, so I want it to be like
Sarah's asked, so have we watched the Peaky Blinders yet? No, haven't. I think what I'm going to do is just record them all and then just binge watch them, rather than do it
Peaky Blinders is Michael's thing. I haven't actually gotten into it, which may be sacrilege, but
Diamond says yes, FPP is a breeze.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that. But yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. There we go.
Your Sarah says, that's what I did. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Mark only watches it for Tom Hardy. I mean...
Well, he plays a good character. Diamond says sarcasm.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotcha.
Jackie says, sad to see another fabric shop is closing down.
Yeah.
We will never be able to touch before we buy again soon. Elaine says, I like Peaky Blinders, but haven't watched the new one yet. And Teresa says, I saw on your Facebook that you made a quilt which was white with shibori stars.
Oh, yes.
Have you got the pattern for it?
I don't, but I know a lady who will. So, that quilt, I actually just quilted for a customer, but there, I know the lady she would have learnt it from is Cowden Quilt School. And she used to be in Kent, but she literally, just by fluke, after I met her, sort of virtually, she moved down the road to near Market Harbour. So, if you Google Cowden, so it's cow as in moo, done D-E-N, all one word, Quilt School, that's where the pattern would have come from.
Your Sarah says, no, I'm in love with Thomas Shelby.
Oh,
and Angela, that's the main character. That's I forget his name.
Cillian?
But yes.
If you say it that way. Probably don't.
Angela says, good evening. First time watching. Love this project. Thank you for the inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so...
Teresa says, thank you.
A little bit of potential news. So I spoke to... oh, that's a good one. Elliot, who's leaving Sewing Street, and he may be editing my some of my Friday nights for me, so that it really cuts to the chase of just doing the demonstration. So don't worry, Friday nights will still be the same, but the ones that I've done in the past that are on YouTube now, I may be trimming down so that if you want to go back and have a look at the project that was done, you don't have to watch all the faff. You can just watch the project. So watch that space.
Joanne says, panicked there for a moment, thought there would be no Mikey.
Oh, there'll always be a Mikey. Like that. That's a little bit of Tula Pink. Leftover Tula Pink. I like that.
Elaine says the faff is half the fun. And Barbara says, what shop is closing down?
Rutland Sewing is sadly closing down. So the one that's near us, near Ashwell, which I have a feeling, I think it's going to be the way, I'm afraid. At least I know from all of my suppliers that have notified me over the little while, over the last year really, all the fabric prices are going up. And I know utility bills are going up, so I think it's just going to be a case of, yeah.
Teresa says,
It's not always feasible.
What's that quilting technique called?
Oh, this is FPP, which is Foundation Paper Piecing. Also known as Flip and Stitch.
Christine says, but we come for the faff and me. Cheers. Diamond says,
Mostly Mikey. I know how it is.
Diamond says, what, the faff makes the evening. And Barbara says, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
And Christine says, I love all the faffing. It adds to the fun.
Yeah, no, don't worry. The faff is not going away. It's only on the older ones, because we've been doing this for a little while now, since lockdown. So it'll be for the older ones on
Has it been 2 years? Or has it been 1 year?
So I started doing a Friday night, literally, I think New Year's Eve 2019. Because I started with the temperature quilt, and then we've kind of gone out, we did all through lockdown, and then out of lockdown.
Is the temperature quilt done? Terry says everything is going up.
Yeah.
And Lorna says it's not faff. We all look forward to Friday nights with you too. Mm-hmm. And Joanne also said, yep, you started with the temperature quilt. So that has been two years. And Joanne says, shh, don't ask about mine either.
Yes.
Are you even recording? Oh, I guess we could go back in the internet.
Yeah, yeah. Kaylee did do some for me as well.
God, 2 years, really.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I'm going to do a bit of this one now. I'm going to just use the whole big chunk. Let's see that.
And Claudia says, oh, don't mention the quilt or the coat.
Or the coat. No.
They will all get done when the time is right.
Exactly.
And your Sarah's, what about your coat, or will it be ready next year? LOL.
I did work on my quilt a little bit. I did some sewing. I can't remember.
Diamond says the UFOs in your sewing room will be antiques. And Joanne asks if I've had a promotion. No.
There we go. And then 2 more yellows. Where's my other? Oh, where's my? Oh, but I guess it doesn't matter because these are, like I said before.
And Teresa says she remembers Jenny Jackson doing a lot of FPP on Sewing Quarter.
Yeah. Oh, she's on Sewing Street now as well. She was on Sewing Street this week, I'm pretty sure, doing some FPP. Oh no, she does EPP. I'm pretty sure Jenny Jackson does EPP. Victoria P is the queen of FPP.
Christine says how time flies, 2 years already, but the question is, how's the coat coming along? We don't mention it.
Don't mention the coat.
It's sort of like Voldemort.
The project must not be named.
Beetlejuice, right? You can't mention his name 3 times.
Oh yeah, all the bad things will happen. Of course, that's way too big, but I'm going to trim that up.
Teresa asks, what is the difference between EPP and FPP?
So EPP, English paper piecing, it's done over papers, but it's all hand sewn. So the papers or the bits of card are the template of the shape, and then you wrap your fabric around it and baste it on, and then you sew them together, sew your shapes together. That is one technique I've never actually done, to be honest with you, because I always do the American hand piecing if I hand piece.
And FPP?
Oh, sorry, FPP, foundation paper piecing. So the design is printed on paper, and then you sew your fabric to the paper using the lines as your seam guide on your sew line. What people like about FPP is you can get very small piecing done. So on those beetle patterns that I showed earlier, there's a lot of intricate little pieces, and there is no way you'd be able to do that with a regular quilting technique. And miniature quilts as well. When you see the miniature quilts, those are all done. What's it? Mostly all done. I mean, I want to vouch for everybody who does miniatures, but they're mostly done on FPP as well.
Diamond says it's a bit like mentioning my Star Trek pajamas. And Joanne says, look at all the other things you have shown and shared with us over those years. It's been brilliant and a lifeline, I'm sure, for so many. Thank you both. And that's it. That is a two-way street, because we do enjoy our Friday nights.
We do.
Teresa says, oh, yes, I know it. And Anne says, I've just started the Beehive Rules panel I bought from you ages ago.
Oh, lovely.
And that isn't the oldest UFO. And Teresa says, wow, those beetles are amazing.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Definitely going to be doing those. There's a whole slew of them. If you go onto Sasha Quilts on Etsy, Sasha's Quilts, if you follow the link that I've put on my Facebook page for this pattern, if you go to her shop, they're all there. And she's got some lovely beetle patterns, all different beetles, butterflies. There's a spider, which I think would be perfect for something for Halloween. I've actually bought all of the insects, so it may end up as an insect quilt at some point in the next 30 years. There we go. So that's another strip. Can't add this one on yet because I messed up, and I've got one strip in between this one and the other one.
Your Sarah said the animals are lovely too.
Oh yeah. She's got animals on there. Okay. So where do I want to? Oh, I think I'm going to have one of these to start with.
Elaine says, I leave the spider block off the quilt.
I'm not a big fan of spiders either, I will admit, but it is very pretty. But yeah, no, I completely understand. Spiders are not my thing. I stick link onto any spider that comes near. And he does do a good job of seeing them off.
Except for the big ones.
Yeah. So we had a cat, Smokey, that we when we moved back from America, we brought him with us. And they don't have hunter spiders in America. The big ones that you get in the autumn time that come in the house. And the house we lived in, got them in regularly in the autumn. And one came in, and Smokey used to be my spider defender. So I picked him up and I sort of urged him towards the spider, and he took one look at the spider and he took one look at me and he said, "You having a giraffe? Are you seeing the size of that? What do you want me to do with it?" So yeah, so he was not a hunter spider getter for me.
Elaine says, a pretty spider. Is that an oxymoron? And yours, Sarah, says, her cats play with them, my dog eats them.
I wouldn't mind if they ate them. But yeah, Smokey was having none of it. He was like, no. The size of a small child. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, Monty wasn't a hunter either.
No. Monty used to play with them, slightly, but he wouldn't dispatch them. Go. Hoping I'll be able to get this one done. What time is it? What time is it getting to be?
It's dark.
I know.
Diamond says, we call them, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, tatty spiders up here. Oh. They are fast.
Yeah.
And Terry says, check out the huntsman spiders in Australia. They're huge. No, thank you.
No. too many things want to kill you in Australia. I'm not, yeah, no. Respect. Ooh, this is a new shade. I don't know how to do this.
Joan says it is 8:40.
Oh, okay. So we've got a little bit of time. It could happen.
Elaine says she has a false black widow living in her conservatory for 5 years. He hides in the trim.
Ooh, be careful of those.
Okay, that went too quick.
Michael has a co-worker who we think might have gotten bitten by a spider, and he has had a lot of trouble with the wound not healing.
Your sir said the spiders in Texas. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, poor Sarah got bitten by one when she came to visit.
And
that wasn't fun either.
Debbie says not to mention they jump.
Yes.
And Joanne says Phil Jupitus does a great sketch about spiders.
I like him.
And Claudia says when I got my Fifi dog, I set her on the first big spider she caught, bit it, spat it out, and looked at me as they tasted horrid.
Yeah.
So that's my job then.
Yeah. We had a cat that did that once.
Terry said our daughter had one in the house and she freaked out.
Yeah. I do not blame her.
I wonder what the spider thought.
Like, what are you screaming at? Like, what's there? What's scary? She's really worried. There we go. That worked.
To be fair, spiders are good for the house.
Yeah. I have agreement with most of them. Ooh, let's see if I might be able to get this one. There's a big one that lives in the garage, and we do have an agreement. If he leaves me alone, I'll leave him alone. Or her.
Your sir said, oh my God, I remember having a shower at yours in Texas. And after you said, LOL, they jump. LOL.
Yeah. So, yeah, when I moved to Texas, I thought, oh, well, I'm going to have to get over my fear of spiders, because there are always small spiders in the bathtub. And so one day I was brave, and I did get some toilet paper and tried to, get it out of the bathtub. And as I was going down, it jumped. Yeah. I was like, oh, heck no.
Elaine says, I assume we'll have to get an exterminator in, I think. And Claudia says her dad lives in Texas. I was constantly screaming because of some creepy crawlies or snakes.
Yeah. Oh, the funnest thing I've encountered in Texas was, well, they have armadillos, but also horned toads. Have you seen those, Mother?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Those are actually pretty cool. They're funny, and apparently they bleed from their eyes if they get threatened.
Yep.
They don't hurt you, but
No.
they are just they look cool, but then they have that freaky thing of what they do when they get cornered.
Elaine says, I'm worried. Which spiders jump?
Yeah, I don't think we have them here.
Joanne said, you said fun.
Let's see, what bit do I want? From here.
Anne says, can we change the subject, please? Feeling a bit nauseous now.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, will do. So how's those snakes then?
Not nice.
So if everybody saw our shows today, had a really nice time with Stuart. First time on with Stuart. He's fun. He's a nice guy.
Your sir said, yeah, I couldn't get over the size of armadillos out there.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have armadillos here? We don't have armadillos in the UK.
No, you don't even have armadillos everywhere in America.
Yeah, no. Elaine says that pattern would be good in other colors too.
Oh, yeah. That is a good idea, actually. You could do a quilt of...
Alternating.
Yeah.
Sarah said in Texas there was. Yep. Polly says, what will happen with the blocks that are made? Are they being collected to make quilts?
No, this is literally just a pattern for people to use as they want, really. The funds go for Sasha's quilts for this particular pattern. The funds that she makes from this pattern, from people buying it, she will buy supplies, necessities for the refugees that are in her area. So toiletries, food, nappies, all the things that people need that they won't have.
Claudia says, when I drove in Texas, he always said, if you see an armadillo, don't hit them because they break your muffler or your exhaust.
Yeah, they're like little armored turtle thingies. Well, not turtles, but.
And says, armored. Yes, they were brilliant shows. Stuart seems a great fellow.
Yeah.
Diamond says, Stuart Hilliard is always so calm but cheeky and funny as well. Love him. He is. And Liz says, I've ordered the pattern. I'm going to do one that is a combination of Polish and UK.
Oh.
As her daughter-in-law is Polish.
Oh, that'd be nice. I know someone else who's part Polish.
I'm part Polish.
There you go.
Yours, Sarah, said Billy's school is doing a collection for Ukraine and
nice.
Taking over there as well. Annette says, love Stuart, can imagine him farming though.
Oh, no, I have to admit, he doesn't seem like the sort of type of person who would want to get very muddy and dirty. But I guess he must.
And yes. Your Sarah says, I'm part as well. LOL.
Oh yeah, of course.
the more obvious one.
Getting there. I will say this is a nice pattern for anybody who hasn't done FPP before, because it is a nice, simple, just squares, just a triangle, nothing, no funny shapes to trip you up.
Teresa says, how long have you been riding a motorbike? I've got a license, but found her legs were too short to reach the ground. I could have done with riding with platforms on.
Oh, okay. Right. So I've only been riding motorbikes since 2019. That's when I passed my CBT. And then I passed my big bike test last year. I have the same problem. I've got short legs. So my little bike that I started off with is a little Honda Monkey. I'm pretty sure. I'm only 5'3", and I can flat foot him, and he's very light, and he's very easy to maneuver, and he is very user friendly. So definitely recommend him. But he's only a 125. But yeah, definitely recommend him. And then my other bike is an Honda NC 750. And not quite, well, I am pretty flat-footed with her. I do have to be careful with her, but yeah, there are quite a few lower ones. I was looking at sorry, I'm going off on a motorbike thing now. Honda Rebel. Those are nice and quite light and low as well. But yeah, there are a few. You definitely have to find the right bike. And I've also heard, although I haven't tried one, that despite the popular wisdom that lowering a bike affects its handling, apparently if it's done properly it does not. So any bike that you want can be lowered so that it will actually fit you properly.
Your Sarah said, didn't know I was Polish. Yep, my mother's side is Polish and my father's side is English. And said, missed the start. Could someone put where this pen is from back on the screen, as I can't scroll back that far yet. Is it here? The front.
So the
And yours, Sarah, says, yes, monkey comes in the front garden through the gate, LOL.
Yeah, he does. Because he's so little, people could literally put him under their arm and lift him and carry him off. So this is this is the pattern. It's by Sasha's Quilts, and it's an Etsy shop. So if you...
Debbie's just put the link in.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah.
Marie says, I had a Marauder 125, but gave up when I fell off and broke her collarbone at 50.
Wow.
And Teresa says, I have a Kawasaki ER5 500, but ended up buying a Vespa. Anne says, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's what Michael wants. Michael wants a Vespa.
No, Michael doesn't want a Vespa.
Ciao. Oh, I've lost my bit that I just did. That's the problem with having mess.
No.
Oh, it's right here. So then that will go up here. So, I don't want that one because that one is already there. So let's do, another bit of this. This way. Let's do that. Make sure it's going to fit. There we go. Yeah, I do love my motorbikes. Wish I'd done it sooner, but now's the right time anyway.
Viewer Sarah says, it's not a mess, it's organized chaos. And Claudia says, love the sound of cutting fabric.
Oh yes, nothing better than a good pair of fabric shears cutting fabric against a table. That's the best sound in the world.
Elaine says, you have got a lot of blue and yellow scraps, Emma.
Yeah, I've got a lot of other colour scraps as well.
A particular rainbow of colours.
They're just handy. They're just these little bits that are just big enough for little things like this. And now that I'm, dare I say it, getting a little bit more into FPP, I'll be using them a lot more. Because a little tiny dab will do you.
Margaret says, I would have loved to give her dad's bike. It was a BSA Bantam.
Yeah.
First time I was on taking on it, it was 6 months old, tucked inside her dad's jacket, sat on the petrol tank.
Those are good old days.
And Terry asks, how do you store your scraps? On the couch.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I've got bags. So we get all the fabric from Stone Street comes in these bags. So I save them all. And well, now what are you chuckling at?
Nothing. Claudia says you could do UN quilt, unquilt.
Oh. Yeah, that's how I store my scraps that are too big to throw out, but too small to fold in any sort of sense. Although I say that, I didn't really do that. Dawn did that for me. So, thank you, Dawn. She organised all my scraps and all my fabrics for me.
And Dawn says, I'm hoping I have yellow in my scrap box. Claudia says, United Nations with all flags.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
Oh, UN quilt, yes.
Yeah.
Dawn says, you're welcome.
Woohoo! Okay, so this is that one done. So I've only got one strip left to do.
Terry asks, what's the small size of scraps do you keep? What's small? Small, define small.
Define small. Anything that is at least sort of 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, I would keep. I mean, I've got a lot of these strips that I've used for a quilt. I think these are maybe just over 1 inch, but they're useful because they're already stripped. So yeah, anything like that I would keep, basically, because you never know. Yeah, see, I mean, it's good for FPP, definitely.
It's orange.
Yeah, but it goes in the yellow bag. Okay, it makes sense.
Orange is not yellow.
It's not blue either.
That's true. Joanne says, I plan to use the smaller bits onto some fusible and make a larger scrappy pieces.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Thomas says, I spent the day cutting blocks to start an exploding hearts quilt tomorrow.
Ooh.
My scraps go into a bucket and then they get moved into boxes and then just tell people not to trip over them.
I like your style.
Dawn says, we have a format.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dawn.
I have says orange is an underrated color. Marie says, how about making a scrappy quilt book of your designs, Emma?
Oh, that's a good idea. I do like a scrap quilt. I have to admit, I think a scrap quilt is probably my favourite. Not probably, it is my favourite type of quilt.
That's probably how they all started traditionally.
Yeah. Except for the ones in up north, the northern ones, English northern ones, were whole cloth quilts. Although I did see some that were actually just strips.
Your Sarah says, Dawn, can you come to her house?
There. Okay, let's see if I can sew that together at least. We'll see how we're getting there. We'll do this bit as well.
Ned asks, what is a crumb quilt? I think they use scraps for those.
Yeah, crumb quilt is a lot smaller pieces, so probably with these ones that I think they fuse them on to a backing and then sew over all the top. Lots of sewing to keep it all down, basically. Like, yeah, if you have a look right here, my love, I think that's what they do, is that they fuse them all down and then they sew all over the top to keep them in place.
Joanne says, sorting other people's fabrics is always fascinating. And Dawn responds to your Sarah, sure, anytime, I love sorting. And Sandra is watching from Ghana.
Oh, hi.
Terry says, traditionally here in the Northeast, strips of fabrics were used to make hooky mats. I don't know what a hooky mat is.
Is that like a braided floor mat? Oh, I know, hooky mat. Yeah. It's a hooked, like a hooked rug, but rather than using wool, it's fabric strips. Is that right? I think I have seen those. They're nice.
Diana said she needed a small piece of light chambray and couldn't find any, so I cut a strip off the bottom of one of her band's shirts. Margaret says rugs. Liz says no, it's with a latch hook.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Sandra asks, would you post to Ghana?
I would. Just let me know. I'd have to know what it is and then figure out the postage for you. But yeah, I could definitely do that. Just email me. Emma@swiftquilting.com. Or message me on Facebook through Swift Quilting.
And Terry says Hessian-backed hook mats.
Yeah.
And Christine asked the name of the fabric shop that is closing down. It's Rutland Sewing.
Rutland Sewing, yeah. I think it was, well, combination of things that's happening. Prices going up. COVID closures. Hasn't helped our poor shops. It's alright. That's a bad habit.
Yours says they did the workshops there as well. Shane, bless them.
Yeah. That's that bit. And then... oh, yes, that's all blue. I will finish it and I'll post a picture when it's finished. Let's see if I can get a rough picture for you. There you go. Can you see it? Except for my hand.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, so I've got one more to do along the bottom, to do the bottom of the heart.
Diamond says, I have been crumb quilting pieces for a few years and plan on putting all the blocks together to make her coat.
Oh.
I bought the pattern someday.
Everything's going to happen one day. It'll all come together. So yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I will finish that and post a picture.
Terry says looks brilliant.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll probably will put it in the window. Cool tip. I'll finish it off as a nice little block. So thank you. Thanks for joining us once again. Let us know what you want us to do for next week, because I don't think I've got anything. Sorry, just thinking of something. Anything planned. So if there's anything particular you want to see, let me know. I will let you know now on the 25th of March, which is a Friday. Won't be doing a live stream because me and Mum are going to go see, hopefully, Craig Revel Horwood in Peterborough, which we should have seen, I think, in 2020, but it got cancelled, got rescheduled, got cancelled again, so now it's on the 25th of March. So I won't be doing one that day, but next week, yeah, we'll be here for sure. So thank you for joining. Hope you like that. Follow the link to the Sasha's Etsy store and see what she's got, or any other Ukrainian PDF pattern designer of any sort, if you fancy. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Good night, all.